Hello everyone, I'm Metis Balaska and welcome to the stream. Why is this doing that now? I don't know what, I don't know why it keeps doing that. So, no, last time on P4AU, we started Teddy's story, and now it is time for us to finish it off and hopefully maybe do the entirety of Elizabeth's story. I don't know why that happens. It's doing it again. It might be the light. Give me a second. Let me dim my light. All right. No, it's still doing it for some reason. Give me a sec. You're not an indie VTuber if you don't experience scuff, right? I guess I'll go with this for now. Maybe I'll try and fix it during the break. So yeah, let us get to the story. Anyway, the shadow has been dealt with, and the case is solved. Those invisible walls are gone too, so we contacted everyone who was forced to fight in the Grand Prix and decided to meet up. Boy, was I surprised when Rise-chan told me that Sensei is already here. Knowing that he already got back from the city while I was inside the TV makes me a lonely bear. I wanted to be there when he arrived. Oh, but wait, now's not the time to be sad. I'll give him a big warm welcome back as soon as I see him. Speaking of surprises, I feel like I'm forgetting something.
Reminds me. I wonder if I-chan and the others are okay. I left them behind after all. They'll realize they can get out now, right?
Those guys from the Kirijo group.
They'll be fine. Our senpai wouldn't leave them to rot. I'm sure if they run into the Kirijo group people, they'll bring them back here.
Yeah, that's true. There's no reason to fight anymore, and I'm sure Sensei he won't even blink when he sees those three strangers. He might even tell them to follow him. Maybe I-chan and that pretty lady will say something like, "You're amazing, let me pet you," when they hear about my amazing job as a knight. God damn it, Teddy. Oh wow, we're already this far? I forgot what I forgot where we were last time with this. I thought I was much farther back. I step around for a way back to Juness, and lo and behold, I find that that studio lobby on the rooftop. I'm going to tell Labby-chan every little detail about my friends until they show up. Like how charming Sensei is, how embarrassing Yosuke is, Yuki-chan's elegance, Shie-chan's cuteness, Kanji's feminine manliness. I know that's an oxymoron, but whatever. And all that stuff. Labby-chan listens to everything so excitedly and that I don't mind talking until I run out of breath. Once I finish talking about everyone, Labby-chan looks a little confused. Oh, whoops, did I exaggerate something so much that she's a little put off? As if to follow up, Brise-chan lightly taps Labby-chan's shoulders.
Yeah, some of them look kind of iffy, like Kanji, obviously, but he's a great kid at heart.
Give me a sec.
Though Kanji's just not too bright, so...
While we're talking, I hear footsteps. While they're here. Let's talk more schmoozing. I'm sure Labby-chan will see how great everyone is when she meets them face to face. Oh. Maybe not mirror that so it looks more natural. First one to show up is, oh, Yosuke. Huh, we haven't been separated for too long, but I feel like I haven't seen him in ages. Overwhelmed by emotion, I dive at Yosuke.
Whoa, it's Teddy! Damn it, you got us so worried.
Yosuke, you've grown so much since I last saw you.
The hell I have? You two never change.
Sensei! I missed you so much!
Okay, this is one of the reasons why I don't absolutely appall I don't absolutely abhor Teddy. He may be horny as fuck, but he's sincere. That voice, that magnetic personality, it can't be anyone but Sensei! His 2-month absence triggered as a 10 megaton bomb of nostalgia in me. Hey, I'm coming for you, Sensei! I tackle him in a big bear hug, and he hugs me right back. Oh, that big heart is what makes Sensei who he is.
Yikes! Yukin's getting covered in Teddy's tears and snot. Looks like someone's gonna have to make up for this.
What are you looking at me for?
I'm glad to see that Rise-chan's okay too.
It seems we've reunited at last. Wait, I don't see Kanji-kun here.
I'm sure he'll show up eventually. Let's start this off without him for now.
Rise-chan turns around toward Labby-chan. Oh yeah, I was going to introduce her, but I was so happy to be reunited with everyone that I forgot.
This is our... Oh, wait! I haven't introduced myself yet. I'm Rise Kujikawa. Nice to meet you, Labris.
Labby-chan still seems worried, despite what Rise-chan says. She can't even answer her. While I wonder if I should do something, or if she needs to do this on her own, Sensei puts his hand on my
Why
fur.
don't you make the introductions? You're the one who rescued her, right?
That's right! I was Labby-chan's knight, Sensei!
Yeah, Rise told me. Nice job.
What's this? Did Rise-chan use her persona to tell everyone what had happened with Labby-chan? She told me that once I found the exit, she'd let everyone know, but how thoughtful of her to take that extra step. So there's nothing to worry about. Sensei's praise is all the encouragement I need. So I'm confident that I'm so confident that I decide to go and push Labby-chan towards everyone else.
What are you doing?
Just trust me. Come on, introduce yourself.
Labby-chan seems scared, but she does.
Nice to meet you. My name's Labris. I'm really sorry putting you through so much trouble today.
When she says that, oddly, everyone goes quiet. I'm getting as nervous as Labby-chan. What's going on? But then someone breaks the ice.
Whoa, check out the Kansai accent.
That's the first thing that comes to your mind? Not, whoa, a robot persona user. Or, awesome, I bet she can do a rocket punch. Or, oh, wait, I shouldn't be saying that stuff to her face, should I?
What's this? Oh, did you just shoot yourself in the foot?
That he did indeed.
We heard what happened. You met your shadow, right? You must be exhausted.
It does put rather a strain on oneself, yes. Perhaps it was different for you, but still, best to be cautious.
Everyone's tension drains after Chie-chan and Yosuke's exchange, and they all start talking at once. Labby-chan is still hesitant, but she slowly begins to smile more. One by one, everyone goes up to Labby-chan, introduces themselves, and talks to her. Alright, I've seen enough, if I can already tell. Everyone's friends with Labby-chan now.
Best day! I got to see Sensei, I met Labby-chan, and then we had a big ol' reunion!
Just as things are getting all cozy, I hear the sound of high heels echoing. That's finally Kanji. His footsteps shouldn't sound like that. I'd be scared if they did. So that means...
Kirijo groups.
The scary yet beautiful lady and I-chan! You're both safe! Oh, and the half-naked man, too.
It's Akihiko.
Labby-chan cringes in fear as the three of them arrive. After meeting I-chan, I'm not too worried, but that half-naked man and pretty lady are still scary. I don't blame her for being nervous. Alright, I'll pitch in as her knight.
Hold on there! If you want to talk to Labby-chan, you'll have to go through me first!
It's okay, Teddy.
I feel a gentle hand on my back. When I turn around, Labby-chan looks a little pained, but determined.
Remember who I am now. So there's some things I gotta talk over with him. I'll be honest, I'm a little scared. But this is my problem.
Are you sure?
I can't wimp out in front of my friends. Don't worry about it.
Well, if she says so. I'm worried because this still seems hard on her, but I can see her in her face is that she thought this through. I believe in Labby-chan. Even if things don't work out in the end, there's no need to worry. I'm right behind her. I don't know if she's picking up on that or not, but Labby-chan smiles at me. Then she takes a step forward. She's going over to I-chan.
Sister.
Labby-chan was about to say something, but in the end, she decides not to. Instead, she faces the pretty lady.
Lord Labris, correct?
Yes. I'm the 5th generation anti-shadow suppression weapon. Labris.
It's strange, but that lady doesn't seem so scary now. She's actually sounding calm, talking about herself and Labby-chan. She made everything seem so easy to understand, so I can tell her what I know, and everyone else joins in to tell her how Labby-chan feels, even Sensei. And after the lady hears that, gonna turn the mirror back on.
I'm sorry for everything.
She bows to apologize.
Huh?
You were designed to have a heart, and yet unforgivable sins were perpetrated against you.
How come you're apologizing?
The past sins of the deceased are not my responsibility, but I do bear responsibility for the future built on that foundation. Hence, I am obliged to atone for the sins committed against you.
I wasn't thinking about atonement or anything. I mean, you're gonna take me back there anyways, right?
Labrys, you seem to be misunderstanding me. I don't intend to seal you away again.
Huh?
I want you to perform the duties you were made for, along with Aigis here, who could be considered your younger sister. It needn't be right away, of course. All we need now is a mutual understanding. Let's get to know each other, Labrys, and maybe one day you'll lend us your strength.
Just listening to her make sure that this lady just listening to her just listening to her making sure that this lady wants what's best for Labby-chan. Labby-chan is at a loss for words, but she knows that too, right? Before I can say anything, Ai-chan takes her hand. It's the same mechanical hand as Labby-chan's. It's true. Labby-chan does have someone who's just like her.
Sister,
I guess.
there are so many things I want to ask you about, but I'll just say this for now. I'm glad to meet you.
Labby-chan gently squeezes Ai-chan's hand. The sisters have come to an understanding.
Chan, I'm happy for you.
Yes, now it's time to share that happiness with me. God damn it, Teddy. And here we go. Right as I'm about to say hi, the power dimmed for a second and weird, but hopefully nothing bad. Oh God, I've had that before. Yeah, hopefully it's nothing bad. Also, welcome to the stream, Z. How was your day? Just as I'm about to rush over to her, Labby-chan's body shakes strangely.
Labby-chan?
What in the world is going on? Is she sick from all the excitement? I try to see if I can tell when.
It's not over yet.
Whoa, who said that? It was Labby-chan's voice, but it didn't sound like her at all.
Is this the same communication system we use?
What are you standing around for? Everyone, get away from Labrys!
That's good. Labby-chan violently swings her right arm at the lady. The lady quickly dodges, but Labby-chan then left a dent into the ground with just her bare hands. Oh my, you're so strong, Labby-chan. Really? That's what you focus on? I mean, I get it. I totally do, but still.
I cannot gain access. She is being hacked. It isn't coming from inside this facility. The signal originates elsewhere.
You mean outside the TV?
What's that supposed to mean? Can someone explain this to me? What's happened to Labby-chan?
Help them. I'll back you guys up, but you need to hurry.
Leave it to us.
Everyone darts off, leaving me completely flustered. Wait a second, we're going to fight against Labby-chan? Everyone looks so tired from all the fighting before. If they have to fight again now...
Just a little extra resistance. Now, entertain me.
A persona comes out of Labby-chan. It's the one she just got by accepting her shadow. When I saw that, my doubts about whether or not to fight her went away. This isn't right. She didn't get her persona just to fight us. Labby-chan shouldn't have to fight her friends anymore.
Labby-chan, I'll save you quick as lightning.
Oh no, Labrys has been overtaken by GLaDOS!
No matter what happens, I'll always be your knight.
That's why I have to stop her. Game, please. I mean, I'm Labby-chan's knight. I gotta protect her heart, too.
I've had enough of this!
Ow.
I've had enough of this!
That wasn't too bad. Like, certainly for, not bad for a character I'd never play. Did I manage to stop Labby-chan? I carefully look into Labby-chan's face when she stops moving. Suddenly, she starts talking blankly.
Why, she was quite easily defeated. Evidently, I didn't push her far enough. Well, she is a test unit, so this is as far as my little game goes.
It's the same voice as before, and it's totally a man's voice. Who in the world is that? He's been going on and about personas this and that and some test thing, but it's all just a gag to him.
Hurt Labby-chan over something like that?
I'm absolutely furious, god damn it, Teddy, that he used Labby-chan. After taking a brief look at me, the voice keeps
I
talking.
should thank you all. Although this didn't work out, you did stay in it to the very end.
He wasn't even listening to what I said at all. Can't he see how angry I am?
Labrys's shadow was only the mastermind of the tournament. I see now. You're the true culprit behind the whole thing.
Indeed. It was I who stole Labrys away. Since I don't have a persona and can't enter a TV, I needed a puppet that could run amok for me. Labrys's persona was only partially awakened, so I had a feeling her shadow would appear if she underwent a little suffering. You got the better of me this time. You deserve to know at least that much.
This time? Are you still planning something?
Well then, everyone, until we meet again.
If I never meet you again, it'll be too soon! Actually, who are you? At least have the common courtesy to introduce yourself!
I was waiting for him to at least say his name. Why is he prolonging the suspense like that? But then I hear a weird sound, like something turning off, and Labby-chan collapses like a puppet whose strings were cut. Does that mean he's gone? Ah, how rude can he get? He didn't even answer one of my questions. He didn't listen to anything I said. He's the worst. I'm still frustrated, but I'm worried about Labby-chan. I did my best to try and stop her. I didn't go too far, did I?
Labby-chan okay?
Ai-chan nods, tending to the collapsed Labby-chan. Then Labby-chan hears my voice. When Labby-chan hears my voice, she opens her eyes. Oh good, she's not making that weird face anymore.
What a relief!
Everyone is trying to figure out who that was, but I'm fine now. Now that Labby-chan's okay. While I help Labby-chan with Ai-chan with Labby-chan, Sensei and the others talk to the
You
lady.
should leave the rest of this affair to us. We'll do our best to ensure that no harm comes to you. That is our duty.
What a cool, beautiful voice. This must be what they mean by a voice you just can't argue with.
Yosuke, let's go back.
I thank you for your understanding. Don't worry, we'll keep you safe.
He sounded like he was doing what the lady wanted, but Sensei and Yosuke were looking at each other funny. What was that about? Are they scheming something, even though Sensei said he wasn't? Well, it's more important to note that Labby-chan gets better. It's time we got out of this TV, and then the party can start. Yosuke stretches his limbs and grunts.
Pushed.
Well, at least everyone's okay.
Aren't we forgetting something?
I don't think so. If I could conjure something up, though, I bet everyone would congratulate me. God damn it, Teddy! Did I just give myself a hint with that?
Kanji-kun still hasn't arrived.
Oh, good job now, Chan. No wonder you're an ace detective. Kanji hasn't been in with us since this all started. I thought he was just running late, and he'd catch up later. But stuff happened with Labby-chan, and well, he completely he slipped our minds.
He is pretty late.
After what just happened, something could still be up.
Oh crud, that's right. After what just happened, what if Kanji's in trouble? But wait a second. My adorable ears are picking something up. Is that...
I think I hear something.
You're right. So do I.
What's it saying? I can't make it out.
Where is it?
Everyone looks at each other in confusion and over the noise that's coming closer. Those thunderous footsteps and that yell.
Oh man, I'm starting to get a bad feeling about this.
You're far from the only one.
You're kidding me.
Is this Kanji?
Does everyone else think so too? I turn around with a bad feeling about this, and sure enough, Kanji's running up like a madman. Looks like he was completely late to the party. Oh well, since I, the knight-errant Teddy, played a huge role this time, I'll speak for everyone. But when I step forward, Kanji glares at me and points his finger. What the?
Is this the final battleground? The Grand Prix to decide the strongest man?
Kanji Tatsumi, as subtle as a bull in a tank. Yep, pretty much. Kanji, why are you bringing that up?
I see.
What are you looking at me for? Wait, I guess too? What's so funny?
Oh no. He just reminded me a bit of you.
I mean, he's practically your younger brother. See, even the ladies are laughing at you, Kanji. It's embarrassing being your friend. It's embarrassing reading your dialogue.
Kanji, you were still at it?
Ugh, I already told you it's over.
Shut up! No one gets to decide when my dream's over but me!
Yeah, to remind everyone, Kanji spent all this time thinking that this was a dream he was having.
Your dream? Do you mean to tell me you think this is all a dream?
I kind of remember Rise-chan bringing something like that up when I talked with her. Yosuke seems a bit embarrassed. Oh, I get it. Yosuke must have gotten beat by the confused Kanji, or Kankan, as I'll call him.
Well, I suppose that it does all seem quite unrealistic.
I mean, seriously, he's basically Akihiko 2.0. Yeah, pretty much.
Still, isn't this kind of long for a dream?
Honestly, Kanji can be such a handful.
What are we gonna do? Should we stop him?
Wait a second.
I just remembered something really seriously very important.
Jesus. That's right, and it's extremely important. I haven't gotten my victory kiss from Labby-chan. Please stop being horny, Teddy. Now that I remember that, I'm gonna give my last bite everything I've got to win Labby-chan's praise.
Kanji, I'm your last opponent.
Seriously?
You want to fight me, Ted?
I've got one more job to do. I can't let this end without at least getting a victory kiss.
God damn it.
What? A kiss? What kind of motive is that?
It's a Teddy moment. Teddy, shut up. Just please, for the love of everything sacred. Yep, pretty much. I quickly step before Kanji as he's cracking his knuckles. Oh, how awesome. The P1 Grand Prix to decide the most masculine of all men. Now this is more like it.
Alas, he never learns.
Yeah.
Well, if it calms Kanji down, I'm fine with it.
A heated battle between the daringest of men. The ultimate showdown to decide who's most macho of all. Now this is a festival. Get ready to try a little teddiness.
A little whatiness? I throw Labby-chan a sidelong glance. He doesn't look hurt or anything. It's okay if we touch a little, right? Labby-chan seems to understand. After looking at Ai-chan, she gives me the thumbs up.
You're gonna do this. You better not lose. Best of luck, Mr. Knight.
All right.
Why are you encouraging him?
Courage to 120%.
Bring it on, Ted. We're gonna find out that the legendary Kanji Tatsumi's the strongest man there is.
Good lord.
Especially since you're in my dream anyway. Rah!
Oh man, he's way too into this. I agree.
Still, there comes a time when a man's gotta take a stand. Go for it, guys. Fight it out to your heart's content.
Don't encourage them! Yes, Shie-chan's right. Now is the time for me to take a stand.
Get me.
Good lord. Well, one last hurrah. You're not helping, Shie-chan. Well, one more battle. And it's all Teddy's fault. Because of course it is.
Final.
I've had enough of this.
Nothing.
I've had enough of this.
I think we can find a way to play Yosuke though. I mean, we probably can.
I've had enough of this.
Slap! Also, hey Kronk, welcome to the stream. Let me give me a second to fix that. Okay, and I'll play it for you right now. You redeem the regular one. That's the one. There it is. For some reason, it was on monitor off.
Teddy wins.
Good lord. That's more cursed than Buff Akuma. Amazing. I, Teddy, have dominated the Grand Prix. I am truly the champion. Still a bit loud? Um... Maybe 55% then? Let me do it. Let me do a test. How's that? Now that I've had my victory dance, and shall we move on to our triumphant march back home?
Satisfied now, Kanji?
Huh? This isn't a dream?
We've been telling you that from the start!
Sorry.
Stupid Kanji! You really are dense, you know that?
Man, this was all real? Sorry, dudes.
Oh my, Rise-chan is showing Kanji no mercy. The world is a harsh place for losers, huh? Good thing I won.
They're very energetic.
Ridiculous is more the word I use.
I don't know. Seeing them like this brings back some memories.
Yeah, truly.
Come on, Labby-chan. Give me a kiss. I demand it.
Teddy, please stop. As I bounce around Labby-chan, and she looks perplexed. Is she still holding out on me? Labby-chan is such a tease.
What gives, anyway?
You won and yet you still lose, Teddy.
You fought one of your friends without even being forced to. How can you laugh about it like that now?
Well, for one, it wasn't a serious battle, so...
I infer that for them, this is one way of communicating with each other. The common phrase is that they are letting their fists do the talking.
Their fists are talking?
I know, right?
I have heard that doing so allows people to form even stronger bonds.
This wasn't exactly anything so noble.
Yeah, pretty much.
Bonds. Huh.
Labby-chan smiles shyly and gently pets my head. Oh, those petting skills. She knows how to rub me the right way. It's not a kiss up this, but I'll take it. Jesus. After we all got out of the TV, we were so tired that we went to our separate ways and fell asleep at home. The next day, we got together to see Labby-chan off, plus the others who were going back to the city. Nothing so noble, just beating the snot out of an idiot. Yeah, pretty much. Labby-chan looks lonely in that cool, long car. Yosuke called it a sweet limo. Or maybe I'm the lonely one.
Labby-chan, you decided to go with Mid-chan, right?
Mid-chan? Who are you talking? Oh.
Wait, is he referring to me?
Yes, unfortunately.
Chan, indeed. And just what are you laughing at, Akihiko?
The idea of anyone calling you...
You're laughing too hard, Aki.
What?
It's very rare to see anything make Mitsuru-san laugh like this.
I'll be honest, though, Mitsuru and Akihiko do work, are pretty good together. I can totally understand why why people tend to ship them. Sheesh, what's her deal? I'm trying to have a heartfelt farewell, and these guys keep undercutting me. Even Labby-chan is laughing. Well, I'll forgive them for a cute girl's sake. Besides, laughing like this is more our thing than staying down in the dumps.
The thought of staying here did cross my mind, but I've made my choice. I'm gonna find whoever it was that set you all up and catch him myself.
The way Labby-chan said that so confidently was awesome. She gleaned so much I can barely look at her. But if I don't look, it'll be wasted. So I'll just have to go blind. I've heard that looking at cute girls can do that to you. God damn it, Teddy!
Uh-huh. Yeah, you'll be okay. You've got Ai-chan, Mit-chan, and Aki with you. I'm sure you can pull it off.
Yeah, I'm not alone.
Exactly. If anything comes up, I'll be at your side right away.
I'll try my hardest to make a place where I belong. Just like you, my senpai. Will you root for me? Even when I'm far away?
I'm her senpai? That has a nice ring to it. I can't help but smile real wide, but I gotta keep my dignity. I'm her senpai after all. I make the sternest face I can and puff out my chest.
Follow your senpai Teddy's example as much as you want.
Please don't. Just please don't.
Just make sure not to follow his example of getting carried away so easily.
Yes, please.
Dude, Labras is way better than you at all kinds of things. You ask me, it's you who should be following her example.
Yeah, pretty much.
What?
What horrible things to say. As a senpai, I demand an apology and reparations. I'm hopping mad, but Yosuke brushes it off with a quick shut it, and Chie-chan is asking, "Are you sure you want this guy as a senpai?" Oh well. I can let such petty jibes pass, since I'm a senpai and all.
Seriously, the only good thing about my friends is that they're never dull. Make sure you train hard so you can keep up with them, okay?
Yeah, I'll do that.
I ignore everyone else talking about what training hard really means, as Labby-chan and I look each other in the eye and smile. An exchange of feelings. It's like me and Sensei. But for a moment, Labby-chan's face goes serious, worried even. I cock my head as I ask what's wrong, and Labby-chan hesitantly answers.
Come back here again?
Excuse me.
Why would you have to ask that?
Huh?
Heck, if you don't come back, I'll come after you and drag you here.
We call that stalking and kidnapping. Seriously, what a thing to ask. We're friends and senpai and students on top of that. On top of that, she doesn't need my permission to come back here.
But make sure you let me know in advance so you don't cause a scene by showing up all of a sudden, okay?
Labby-chan smiles. Huh? Why is she crying? I can't bear to see a cute girl cry. But Labby-chan laughs through her tears and gently takes my hand. Her mechanical hand presses into my soft fur.
Thanks to you too, Labby-chan.
Well, see ya!
Labby-chan waves from the window of the sweet limo and goes farther and farther away. I do my best to wave back and keep waving until I can't see her anymore. Eventually, she disappears. Yosuke pets my head as he hears me mutter so sadly. No, if he acts nice to me now, I'll cry even more.
Yeah, she said she'd come back.
Hey, Labby-chan. I couldn't say it before, but you don't need to worry about anything. Maybe you don't realize it, but you're so charming and that you'll be fine wherever you go. Anyone will want to be your friend. Just look at everyone here. They all couldn't help but like you. Heck, I like you so much I wish you'd come back right now. After we said goodbye to Labby-chan, we all gather as usual in the food court. It was makeup for Sensei's welcome back party that got interrupted by the case. I was kind of down, though, because I had hoped Labby-chan and I was kind of down though because I had hoped Labby-chan would join us at the party.
Stepped up to the plate this time, Teddy. Good job.
Well, if Sensei's going to say that, since I'm a superhero, I start talking about my heroic escapades as the knight-errant Teddy. Everyone will want to hear.
Enough about that already.
Oh, come on. I know you want to hear more. You should be more honest about your feelings, Yosuke.
Hold on. This makes this entire storyline worth it. Kanji's asleep, but Naoto and Chie are not paying attention. Like Yukiko's just focusing on her drink, and Rise just plain bored.
Believe me, I don't hold back when it comes to the stuff you do.
Geez, Yosuke is such a southern boy. I elbow Yosuke in the rib as while Chie-chan except for being moved to tears by my heroic tale.
Talking about your hero thing?
Huh?
I'm sorry, Teddy. What was the last thing you said?
Well, what? Was no one listening at all? Hey, now that I look, even Kanji's is fast asleep. Well, to be fair, I don't think he got much sleep.
You're all so cruel.
Rise is like, yeah, this is my life now. I wonder what's on TV. Yeah, pretty much.
Come now. We all know that you did your best already.
Really? Then can I go on with my story?
Let's save the rest for another occasion.
Sheesh, that's enough out of Teddy. Come on, Yosuke-senpai. Now's your chance.
Right. Everyone, may I have your attention, please?
When Yosuke claps his hands, he gets everyone's attention. Even Kanji wakes up from his nap. I'm impressed and a little jealous.
We are gathered here today at this food court to celebrate our reunion, obviously. But that's not all.
Is this about that mysterious voice?
But I thought we were going to let those Kirijo group people handle it.
I said that we should trust Mitsuru-san, but I didn't tell her we wouldn't get involved.
Now that's our leader. That's what I'm talking about.
So what's the plan?
Kanji's face.
Are you still half asleep? It should be obvious what we're going to do.
Obvious what we're going to do? Does that mean what I think it does? I look at Sensei with excitement. He keeps his usual cool expression before speaking up.
The investigation team is back in action.
Ooh! I wondered if that was it, but now that he has said it, my excitement is through the roof. I'm like a Teddy rocket, and I'll go all the way to space. He means we're going to be working on the same thing that Labby-chan and her new friends are, right? I'm so pumped up to do this that I feel like I'm turning into a hot air balloon. Considering how important I was to solving this case, I bet that'll continue into the next one. No one tell him he's not a main character in the next one. There's only one thing to say.
This looks like another job for Teddy!
What? Where did that come from?
The moment I say it, everyone promptly makes a jab at my comment. Now, this is what a bond between friends is supposed to be. I can't wait for Labby-chan to join in on the ribbing too. Oh, and Michan and I-chan too, of course. If Aki changes his half-naked ways, I might even let him join in too. The best Golden Week ever is just getting started. And that's the end of Teddy's story. And now It is finally time. I don't know if we'll be able to finish this now, because I remember Elizabeth's story being rather short. Within the endless darkness are scattered countless bright lights, like a nebula. But those lights are not stars. Each one is the light of life, the gleam of man's soul. This is the world inside people's hearts, a place where every human's consciousness is connected to what can be traced to their origin. Every memory since the dawn of man, and even those on the ladder of its evolution, slumber here. Some think of this place as a sea, and they may be correct. Depending on how deep you go, you may see this world's endless landscapes and innumerable faces. Where I stand now is one of its furthest depths, a domain that has existed before life became sentient or even took form. Here, there is only the darkness of death and the radiance of life. I come here at times for a very important objective. Suddenly, a patch of darkness surges and undulates. The pitch-black substance swells with a tar-like consistency and quickly takes the shape of a giant arm.
My, it's rather stout compared to before.
Meet Erebus, everybody! Just as good and evil are products of a man's heart, there is a negative force here in the sea of souls that tempts man to corruption and destruction. Though one person's malice may amount to little, there are billions of people in the world. It's actually common for monsters capable of destroying mankind to develop without anyone realizing. This is one of them. Though it only has an arm at first, it quickly develops into an enormous human-shaped torso. Even in this space, where up and down are fluid, its resentment-filled roar causes the air to shake. The monster raises an enormous arm toward the heavens. Its destructive power could tear down mountains. But it suddenly stops. Something is blocking its movement. I am, to be precise. You might think I'm nowhere on the scene. In truth, even the monster may be thinking that. But I'd like to direct your attention to the fingertips at the end of the giant arm. Closer. Even closer than that. I keep going closer, all the way to the index finger. Yeah, for the record, Erebus is friggin' huge.
There. Do you see me now? Have I forgotten to introduce myself? My name is Elizabeth.
Breaking the fourth wall. I fix my gaze upon two lights that seem to be the monster's eyes, but it twists away, trying to resist.
Do you wish to behold death that much?
I grab the monster's index finger, and in one motion, I flip its immense body and throw it into the air. Think about that. Her body's the size of the thing's friggin' index finger. Or rather, smaller than that. And she tosses it with the whole thing with no effort. The monster cries out in agony, and the area quakes again. This is the basic strength of an elevator attendant, of an attendant of the Velvet Room.
Oh dear, it seems it won't be easy for one of this size.
They are notoriously the hardest bosses in Persona. Elizabeth has been eating her Wheaties.
I cannot damage the world of everyone's hearts, and I hesitate to make a scene in the real world either. Time for a change of scenery.
I opened the elegant grimoire in my hand. A large blue magic circle forms behind the thrown monster, swallowing the gargantuan figure. I follow it in. Continual turbulent streams of light and darkness flow past the monster and myself. Eventually, I speak up.
We'll soon reach our destination.
Another magic circle appears in an altogether different kind of void and the one than the one we came from. I'm trying to see if I can read those symbols. If I can read those the letters there, like it's Greek lettering though I'm pretty sure it's Latin. I think it's the 4 elements because I recognize terra, which is Latin for earth. Another magic circle appears in the altogether different kind of black void than the one we came from. The monster is spat out of there when it collides with the surface. A tremendous cloud of dust rises. I emerge from the magic circle second and rise into the air. On the horizon beyond the monster, I can see a deep blue sphere. She's just on the moon now. Yes, this is the moon.
I had promised to show you death. Your fate is in the cards.
And she wasn't kidding. She friggin' summons Thanatos. A figure appears behind me, bearing several coffins. For people who don't know, Thanatos is the god of death in Greek mythology. Like, he is essentially the Grim Reaper of Greek mythology.
The god of death, Thanatos. What do you think?
The light of the stars shines off its drawn swords and gleam bewitchingly.
Was it to your liking? Well then, farewell.
It flings the sword down at the monster's head. Against its fearsome size, the sword is barely larger than a needle. But the sword's merciless sharpness pierces far beyond the blade's length. The monster's body slices apart like web paper. With a final death cry, the monster slowly dissolves and evaporates into black mist. And I can tell you this right now, that thing's no joke. A deafening silence returns to the area. To break the silence, a tune plays on my lips.
Velvet, oh velvet.
I create another magic circle in the air and step through it. I shouldn't remain long in this world without any real objective. This is not the world I belong in, after all.
My master has a large nose.
For the record, yes, it is canonically stated that this is the anthem of the Velvet Room. I was once a resident of the Velvet Room and served its master. And you'll see here the Velvet Room looks different from the one we were in we were in Yu's story. That's because like the Velvet Room's appearance changes depending on the person. And in Persona, normally to depict their current trajectory through life. If with Persona 4, it was a car. With Persona 3, it was an elevator. And in Persona 5, it is a prison, because in that game, your life has been ground to a halt. The dark blue clothing I still wear is from that time. All the residents have their roles, but they are also on a journey. We help our guests grow as people, and through the help we offer, we come to understand the ultimate question. It's the fundamental question of who are we?
Thinking back on it, I spent so many days like that for such a long time. I had thought that it would be impossible to change.
But 2 years ago, I finally reached my answer. One's identity cannot be sought out, but I must be forged for oneself. It's something you build little by little. People call it the freedom to do so potential, and by mastering it, people develop their unique identities. That is the understanding I came to. So it seems to me I should believe in my own potential and wander in pursuit of my desire. It wasn't a hard conclusion to come to. That's why I abandoned my assigned role and departed on my long journey. I have a set objective for myself: to defeat the monster I fought a moment ago once and for all. I vanquished it then, but that is only temporary.
Surely resurrect within the year again. And I'll go through today once more.
That monster was born from the twisted wishes arising from the lack of substance in people's lives. It slowly stagnates and seeps out. If this is life, then bringing on death. Desires like that are what gives it power. And that giant black arm is to free death from its prison. It can never be left to act on its aims. But as long as people continue to wish as they do, the foul feeling will congeal and it will revive endlessly. I truly defeat the monster. To truly defeat the monster would be to change the very souls of the people. That cannot be done no matter how much one improves their skill in battle. I do not currently know how this goal can be attained. It may be that no one in this world knows yet. Some new and unknown miraculous power will most likely be required. That is why I wish to travel as far and wide as I can to broaden my horizons. Since I have only interacted with the guests of the room, I'm sure the scope of my knowledge is far inferior to a single human's. But there are infinite places for me to explore. I'll travel to each one and satisfy my curiosity.
Now, that's why I have come here. A double check on the danger scale situation that I just recently discovered.
He was just like, oh, I better check on this. I place my hands on my hips and what I believe to be standing firm. Before me is what seems to be a replica of a building in the real world.
Since multiple Persona users gathering, it's once in a blue moon that one discovers a place like this.
For a second, I thought she said persona.
I'm sure I can learn some interesting things here, or something along those lines.
Persona, the other side of the coin.
In any case, I, Elizabeth, can scarcely keep myself from getting involved.
For someone with a physical form to step into the realm of the mind would be for them to enter an even more abstract place than the Velvet Room. Normally, it would be impossible, and even if it were, it would be very dangerous without a firm will. For it to occur at all is intriguing enough, but on top of that, these people are mainly persona users. And not just one or two. There's no denying that something truly extraordinary is happening here. Broadened horizons aside, I can't resist taking a closer look. When I get closer, I see the nameplate reading Yasogami High School at what seems to be the main gate.
This building, is it a school?
The school building before me looks aged as I narrow my eyes.
Somewhat old-fashioned compared to the school I have experience with, but it has its charms as well. This is what they call animalist aesthetic. Animalist? Bestial? Anyway, something along those lines.
Yeah, this is a common tick with Elizabeth. There are bizarre decorations as far as the eye can see inside the building. Was the school always thus adorned?
These decorations. Could this be the fabled school festival I've heard tell of?
Sure, let's go with that.
A festival is where one toys with the lives of goldfish in a scandalous game. One can also enjoy a combat simulation with close-range shooting tests using sniper rifle fire into the interior of stalls.
I don't think you get those in school festivals, Elizabeth.
Ooh, I'm starting to get excited.
Looking up, I spy a large sign and in vibrant colors.
Grand Prix. Could this be a fighting tournament? This isn't why the persona users are gathering, is it?
No sooner do my suspicions arise than I sense the first presence within the school and run towards it. Come, challenger. I wave my arms about in anticipation. But something seems a bit odd.
That lady over there, she not a persona user? Regardless of that, I sense something out of the ordinary.
When I close my eyes, I can tell that while she may appear to be a human girl, something about her is amiss. I sense an unnatural disconnect from her memories and consciousness seen in most people.
Is she truly human?
Now that I'm here, I can sense powerful combatants gathering one by one. If such power were to be used to its fullest in clashes of skill, the result could be life-threatening. This place is not meant for such a girl. If she were to be drawn into this, then in the worst-case scenario,
My old self, when I only lived to play out my role, I would leave her be. But I am different now.
I make my way towards the girl. As I approach her, I begin to hear voices. It seems that she is calling herself the student council president. I stride down to the end of the hallway where she is walking directly into her view. The girl gives me a slightly questioning look, but no more. She comes towards me guilelessly.
Hey, excuse me. You got some reason to be at our school?
Up close, I can tell at once. There's no doubt that this girl is not human. Yet she seems to be under that impression. The original residents of this place seem to believe that she is as well. But of course, that is impossible. The disconnect I sensed earlier must be related.
Someone have tampered with her memories and psyche?
No matter how unusual her circumstances, such extreme gaps in awareness are no mere figments of the imagination. It's possible, but normally, though, as with a distorted view of reality, have equally distorted emotions. I do not sense that in her. Her emotions are in balance. Only her memory is an awareness falls short, like a corps de ballet falling behind the soloist. I fix my gaze on the girl before me once again. If she did not come here of her own will, then the events may be more sinister than I
Are you
imagined.
sure this is how things should be?
Huh? What are you talking about?
Oh, are we getting a repeat of the fight we did with Labrys's story? I mean, it makes sense.
I am a wanderer who only stopped here because I sensed great power gathering. I am in no position to give advice, but, this place will soon be caught in a bit of a fracas. If you continue to avert your eyes from everything, I think it will have an impact on your life in the near future.
My life?
What you choose is up to you, but I believe there are factors preventing you from making the right choices at the moment. I couldn't bring myself to just stand by and watch as you lost your life before my eyes.
I think this is exactly what she said in Labrys's story.
That is why I came to you, so I could give you one last chance.
She has most likely forgotten who she is. I sense something shining, slumbering deep in her heart. It's the glow of a bond. No one who has been in a residence of the Velvet Room could mistake it for anything else. Before she forgot herself, she must have had strong feelings about someone or had made a promise to them. But I'll leave it to her to remember what it was. I hold out my Persona Compendium, as if handing it to the girl, and open its pages. Life streams from it and washes over her. The light dispels the girl's false image, the illusion that made her seem human, though she is not.
Huh? What is this?
Her true form is revealed as a gleaming mechanical body. Her arms look as if steel plates are covering them. The girl frantically pulls at them to try and tear them off.
It won't come off. What gives?
My, what a robotically cool body. It is apparently meant for battle.
Hey, you! What did you do to me?
Nothing in particular. Well, considering that you are meant for battle, I shall briefly be your opponent.
Oh, God.
During that time, why not think back about who you are?
Huh? My opponent?
Most likely, I will not get through to her with words alone. Only by being forced into a confrontation will she finally be able to understand. She already knows how to use the steel limbs, which she supposedly never seen before.
Away we go.
What is this music?
This one will hurt.
It's close.
My turn. Rounds and rounds. My attack. You're frozen. You were seen. My attack. Fierce and freezing. Opening my deck. Impressive. Oh no. Rounds and rounds. My team. You're frozen now. You're frozen now. Opening my deck. Impressive. How mean. Rounds and rounds.
You see how broken she is. And yeah, those moves with Thanatos she was doing, they cost SP. Which is why she has a passive where she gains SP every turn, as time goes on. Not every turn. I had still in FGO mode. The girl collapsed powerlessly. I used a soft touch during the battle. She should have sustained no injuries. Probably. Still, the girl does not stand back up. Apparently due to mental rather than physical stress. Her own arms and legs had turned metallic. Yet in the heart of battle, she was able to use those foreign appendages with ease. If she truly thought herself to be human, that would have come as quite a shock.
Should be enough. I'm sure you realize now that you are not human. There must have been an important promise that could only be kept in that guise. That must have been your reason for living. Whether it's worth losing that or not, I ask that you give it serious thought.
An important promise. My reason for living?
Her potential will become unlocked through self-reflection. That was how it happened for me as well.
It seems the tumult of trials is about to begin. In which case, I bid you good luck.
I close the compendium in my hand, and the warm pages rustle as they meet. By the time it's shut, I'm already far away from the girl. In my absence, the illusion is again in place, giving her the appearance of a human once more. She may consider what happened to be a daydream, and that is quite all right. My intention was to give her an opportunity to awaken to the truth. What she eventually decides is up to her. But that aside, there's something else on my mind. The girl I thought looked human but wasn't. It is rare for even one such as I, with an unimaginably long lifespan, to meet someone like her. Yet she is the second such person I have known. The other was also a guest of mine once. Yeah, for those who don't know, I think I mentioned this before, but Igus is the main character of the playable epilogue of Persona 3 FES. And she was a member of she was a guest of the Velvet Room at the Velvet Room. She too resembled a human girl. I can sense her power somewhere here as well. Most likely she's here for reasons having to do with the girl I met.
An intriguing event, more so than I had first imagined.
Though I came here on a mere whim, this trip may be unexpected fruit. Perhaps I'll discover something important. My interest peaked even more now. I decided to go further in. When I do, the bustle of voices reaches my ear. Is that a cheer? One of the monitors nearby turns on after the cheers dies down. It's showing a girl in a school uniform.
Ladies and gentlemen, is everyone ready? It's time to get our program started. I, Reset, will be your commentator. Please hold your applause. Oh, you're too kind. You're too kind. Well, with things starting to heat up now, the General has a few words for you. The mic's all yours, sir.
Next, the person who seems to be the host takes the girl's place. Actually, person may be incorrect. That intriguing fluffiness and tantalizingly round body. Are you planning to eat Teddy?
Well then, I'm proud to announce the opening of our very own P1 Grand Prix! Presenting the manliest of all men!
This is more of a to-do than I thought.
I keep watching as the video with some upbeat music plays.
Is this an introduction to the contestants?
A number of girls and boys are introduced at a steady pace. I haven't seen any of their faces before, but they appear to be Persona users. Each of them is tagged with a mocking epithet.
Carnivore who's discarded womanhood, the blood-curdling beefcake emperor, the sister complex kingpin. Are these signs of their willingness to cast aside their pride and pursue victory? I wonder if they're not casting aside a little too much. This is a rather novel idea.
There's no denying that those with power are gathering in here for the tournament. The video comes to a close. Since I came here on my own whim, I'm obviously not featured in it. How unfortunate. I catch myself pouting my lips.
Should I officially enter this as well? Oh, but if the manliest of all men are the ones called forth, I cannot participate. Then again, I distinctly spotted a woman or two in the introductory video. Then I shan't concern myself with such trifling details. I shall soldier on.
The next time the host appears on the monitor, I'll make my entreaty. If he turns me down, then I shall resort to force. Very good. I love how distinctly Elizabeth is in control here. My mind made up, I begin my walk through the school. Battles, battles, battles. Oh, where might I find a battle? I look into a window nearby.
Oh
Aha!
My. The host himself is before my eyes.
Before I realize it, that I'm already in motion.
Pardon my dynamic entrance.
Someone's here.
Looking around, I see a piano and portraits of famous composers lining the wall. I see. This must be what they call a music room. Ah, yeah. Are you going to be the one to tell? No. If so, where did you like your remains buried? Yeah. Woe to those who go against Elizabeth.
Please forgive me for startling you.
Ooh! Who are you, miss?
Elizabeth and all her instant death spells.
I am Elizabeth, a mere elevator attendant, albeit one who is currently utterly neglecting her duties.
An elevator attendant? I don't believe it. I'm having culture shock.
God damn it, Teddy.
I wish Junessa's elevators had such beautiful attendants too.
Excuse me, but may I ask your name?
Teddy! Adoy!
I'm sorry. Would you mind repeating that in human language?
I was saying it normally. Teddy is my name, and I'm a proud bear.
I see. Teddy bear. So you have a rather creative flair to your appearance.
I wish you'd say cute instead. Though hearing a pretty lady like you say so makes my heart skip a beat.
Watching him, I cannot restrain my curiosity any longer and prod at his soft fur with abandon.
Huh? What are you doing?
This seems to lack ventilation. How does he breathe in there? Oh, there's a zipper.
Stop! I'm ticklish. Oh no! No opening! You're embarrassing me.
Oh, please forgive me. Curiosity almost killed the bear.
That's assuming there are any remains left that she doesn't begin to lay on you into a pure nothingness. Yeah, pretty much. Whether or not you get buried, it depends on whether or not your ashes survive.
Huh? What were you planning on doing to me? You're even a tougher customer than the kids at the food court, miss.
When I step away, Teddy Bear lightly smooths over his fur to try and regain his composure.
I had forgotten what I originally meant to ask because of your fine coat of hair. Teddy Bear, though I am a woman, I wish to partake in this Grand Prix.
Huh? I can't help you with that.
There might not be any atoms left by the time she's done. Yeah.
Oh, but are you not the host shown in the introduction video?
It's all a huge misunderstanding. That guy's an imposter. Won't you hear me out?
Seems he is faced with some kind of dilemma. I decide to lend an ear to Teddy Bear. He animatedly describes his circumstances, but his arms and legs are too short to illustrate his point. His mannerisms are so peculiar that understanding is an uphill battle, but in the end, I grasped the basics.
So you realized that something was amiss and came wandering in here yourself to investigate. But you fell into the imposter's trap and couldn't do a thing until a moment ago. You have my deepest sympathies.
Do I really? Anyways, everyone else is on the contestant list while I get the cold shoulder.
Is that so? Then, since we are both outcasts, let us participate of our own accord.
Our own?
May I request a match from you?
That makes no sense at all. What do you mean? Ooh, maybe a hot and heavy struggle with all kinds of clinches and holds?
A one-on-one battle to the extreme.
That makes no sense. Wait a second. You look a lot stronger than me, miss.
You have no idea, Teddy.
Oh, don't be so modest.
No, I'm really not.
I'm very sorry, but the deadline for submitting a forfeit notice has expired.
Rip Teddy.
You're not sorry at all. There are things I can't do, you know. Oh, but on the other hand, if I can try scoring with you later, I might rethink this.
Scoring? I do not understand that. But if that is your stipulation, why, I accept.
Oh, you accept? Woohoo! I'm ready to go whenever you are.
God damn it, Teddy.
That is, if you're still alive after. Well then, here goes. Your fate is in the cards.
And thus this was the last anyone ever saw of Teddy. Yeah, F's in the chat for Teddy. I take my fighting stance. Settling matters through a show of force is simple, straightforward, and so beautiful.
Final. Fight!
This one will hurt. You're frozen now. This may be a bit rough. Opening my deck. You're frozen now. My attack. Impressive. Time is queen. This one has no time for it.
This is gonna be awesome!
Well, that didn't work.
My attack. You're frozen now. My turn. Round and round. One.
He got a lot closer than I thought he would, I'm not gonna lie.
The road to dating is steep.
Everyone rip in the chat for Teddy. With an exaggerated groan, Teddy Bear collapses. Or rolls down, to be more precise.
Teddy Bear, you truly are an intriguing creature.
Hearing this, Teddy Bear springs to his feet.
Are you interested in me?
Though you aren't human, you fight against your fate and wish to be with humans. I have witnessed one other case who bore such a fate in the past.
Huh?
You made a choice and decided how you wish to live. That is marvelous, Teddy Bear.
Marvelous? Me? Does that mean you're still okay with me trying to score with you?
That is not what it means.
Teddy Bear loses his balance for some unknown reason and falls over. She shot Teddy down and she doesn't even know she did.
No! The way you shoot down my attempts reminds me of Yuki-chan.
Yuki-chan? Is this an acquaintance of yours?
Yuki-chan is a very precious friend of mine.
You have friends.
Actually, everyone who is in that video are my friends. But I can't forgive them for having all the fun. I'll make them buy me a tasty treat for this.
I see. May I ask you something? Who would you consider the strongest among your friends?
Well, Sensei, of course. He's the manliest of all men.
Teddy, you're alive. Be thankful for that and shut up.
Sensei. If I recall correctly, that is the name of a governing class within a school, wielding the power of life and death over its students.
I think you got kind of the wrong idea as to what the teacher's job is.
Yes, that does indeed sound like the name of a strong warrior.
Sensei's our leader.
F's in the chat. He sounds strong, but he seems to be unconnected to the former guest I'm searching for. But as Teddy Bear speaks of his friend called Sensei, he wears a beaming expression. They must be connected with a truly strong bond. Inwardly, I am surprised. Though he is adorable, this Teddy most likely used to be something similar to a shadow. I am very curious about anyone who could form a bond with such a being. Think about it that way makes me interested in him as well.
Oh, that was quite helpful. Thank you.
Once the tournament's over, you should come hang out at Juness sometime.
Actually, you know what? We are playing Elizabeth, aren't we? So, why not go with the goddess form?
Juness?
It's a place where Don Yosuke and I work.
Don Yosuke?
It's huge. You can eat food there, and they have candy, toys, and sexy bikinis, too.
Good lord.
What a paradise on Earth. It seems there is still much I do not know about in your world. Well then, if you'll excuse me, I must get going now.
Be careful!
I bow politely. Teddy Bear waves back with a big smile. Now, though I decided to participate on my own, how should I proceed from here? I don't have a good understanding of this building. Or of this building's layout, after all. I think I forgot to do the thing. Yes, I did. I tried going in and out of the building to test various paths, but I don't get anywhere.
It may have come to this.
I rear back my head and inhale as deeply as I can. And then...
The next opponent! No one heeded my call. I suppose repeating that line isn't enough.
My shoulders sag slightly as I concentrate on the area nearby. I sense an unexpected presence.
There is someone closer by than I had expected. What a reunion this will be. I'm starting to feel tingly.
Oh, we're going to do the Aegis fight, aren't we? The Aegis fight, aren't we? There is no need for me to search for an opponent, since one is already nearby. I trace the presence and proceed down the hallway. Then I reach what appears to be an entryway. I can hear what sounds like voices quarreling. One of the voices is Teddy Bear, or rather the sham host, General Teddy.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! What a fight! No wonder you're an anti-shadow weapon.
I take no joy at all from your praise.
As I move forward, I find myself breaking into a run. Soon afterward, the voice's owner enters my field of vision. Just as I thought. That unmistakable figure. She's a guest I hosted in my life as a resident. If I recall correctly, her name is Igus. Upon closer inspection, she is aiming her weapon at General Teddy on the monitor.
Pointing your weapon at a monitor isn't very scary. But anyways, your next opponent is...
Ah, If I don't act now, the match will start without me. I must prevent General Teddy from speaking for the time being until my business is completed. Again, before I realize it, I'm already in motion.
Oh, no. Pardon my bold entrance. Oh, the monitor's completely shattered. Who would do such a
thing? She's not my favorite character, but I kind of love Elizabeth.
A strange intruder has shown up.
I mean, she's just fun.
Oh my. I thought we were having a touching reunion. How unfortunate that you would refer to me as a strange intruder.
A reunion? I don't recall ever meeting anyone so odd.
She who governs power. Does that ring any bells for you?
Huh? Wait. Are you the one I met in that blue room then? Your entrance just now was very different from how I remembered your behavior, so I didn't recognize you. But you're Iridine's son.
No.
Elixir? Remy?
In any case, I never dreamed that I'd meet you here.
That goes for myself as well. It's been a long time since I saw you.
Yeah, references to the answer. Yep, the answer is indeed canon.
But why are you here? What about your duties of governing power?
I am currently in gross abandonment of my duties.
The way she says that.
That was a very straightforward answer.
Considering the circumstances here, I'd like to test your strength as well.
I excitedly flipped through the pages of the compendium.
Please, wait a moment. Does that mean you wish to fight me?
From what I've heard, in certain cultures in your world, one lets one's fists do the talking.
Elizabeth, you should be barred from that rule because you could kill anyone with just a sneeze.
Perhaps you could think of it as a sporty, modern, and extreme way of greeting one another.
Good lord.
I don't understand at all.
You seem to have become strong beyond all recognition. I'd like to see your power for myself to broaden my horizons. Will you grant my shameless request?
I still don't understand. But does this mean your wish will be fulfilled if I agree to fight you? If that's really what you want. Will you mind if I don't hold back?
I couldn't ask for anything more. I, Elizabeth, will fight you with all the strength at my disposal. Now, let us begin.
Settling matters through a show of force is simple, straight. Pardon me. I said that once already.
Final. Fight.
Damage! Gyro! You frozen. Severe impact! Severe impact!
Opening my deck.
No!
Opening my deck.
Fire!
My attack.
Gyro can be damaged! Severe impact! No! No! Severe no! Bring it on! As they
Round
say.
and round.
Severe impact! Blood damage!
My attack. My turn. Opening my deck. This one will hurt me. This one will hurt. Time for
Brain functions shutting down.
You're strong.
I just crouches down and with a regretful expression.
I was surprised myself. It's been a while since I fought with all my power.
I close my eyes and reminisce. Just as I had expected, she has grown more powerful than before. Iris is not human. She has an artificial body, making her a sort of mechanical maiden. She was originally created as a tool to accomplish a set goal with and established abilities. But by gaining a heart, she forged her own destiny. She did this with the power that can only be gained by those with emotions, the power of bonds. Her nature shifted from one directed by others to one who chooses for herself. Yeah, Aegis's Arcana used to be the Chariot, but in the answer chapter, it transformed to the Fool, giving her the power of the wild card. She is no longer merely acting, but living. This shift caused a miracle, and she overcame her artificial origins to attain what could be called life. Some have had the talent of turning bonds into great strength by forming a contract, through intense desire. We residents of the Velvet Room refer to this talent as the wild card, and it has at times changed the course of history. Even I, who served as a resident for a long time, only encountered few with that power. She is one of them.
I now have a wish of my own. Though it may take vast oceans of time for it to come true. Perhaps one day you will accompany me on the same journey.
What do you mean?
If our destinies truly do cross, you will eventually understand.
Aegis's expression shows that she still does not understand. But that is fine for now.
By the way, how have your friends been?
Huh? Oh, they're all well. Several of them are here right now.
Suddenly, a staticky voice echoes from the broken monitor's speaker, interrupting our conversation. It seems I was not thorough in my destruction. Oh, whoever could have done it?
Testing. It's finally getting through. Hey, you! The one who's not on the roster! Who are you? Why are you gumming up the works?
Rep for Fake Teddy in the chat?
It's that bear.
If you keep messing with my Grand Prix, I'll make you...
You'll make her what? You can't do shit to her. I snapped the finger of my right hand with a flourish. Case in point. The speaker explodes. I'm sure that the announcement will bother us no more now. It seems I have finally finished it off.
My, flames have suddenly burst from the speakers. How dreadful.
That was 180% your doing.
Such repeated meddling. It seems I have a bit of a score to settle with the host, too. Well then, I will be going now. Please be careful.
Oh, wait. There is a rule in this tournament against the loser of a fight moving on.
Is there? Well, considering that I entered myself into the tournament, I do not think you count as a defeated contestant.
Okay, so it's canonical that Elizabeth loses this fight.
That is only conjecture, though.
You entered yourself, yet you're going to settle a score with the host for complaining about you?
Details.
I smile cheerfully in return and leave the area. Truly that is one of my better smiles.
I can't believe that even Elizabeth's son came to this world. That's it. Her name was Elizabeth's son. I finally remember.
Eventually, I reached the room known as the announcement room. When I approached the door, I sensed power from within. It seems the real host is here and not on some monitor. I haven't encountered a persona user known. I haven't encountered that persona user known as Sensei yet. But thinking about it, I would expect him to win his matches until reaching here. It may be easier to wait than search aimlessly for him. Upon closer inspection, the door is slightly open. There are people inside.
2, no, 3 people.
I cautiously sneak up to the door and peek inside.
What a shame. You gave it a try, but there's no way anyone would understand you. Huh? That is that teddy bear imposter. The student council president is here too. It seems the false teddy bear's tone is much harsher than before. Has he been meeting with difficulties lately?
I mean, yes, he's been meeting with difficulties named Elizabeth. When I look again at what's going on inside the room, a sinister aura swirls around General Teddy. A surprising transformation occurs. Its silhouette reforms into a shapeless lump, which results into a figure of the student council girl.
The true self.
Oh, we don't get that FMV this time.
Goodness, that false teddy bear was actually the girl's shadow. I see. It's true that suffering to this degree could cause a shadow to go berserk and affect its surroundings.
The girl's true appearance has already been exposed. It seems she finally was able to face her original nature. Surprisingly, the enemy forcing the illusion upon her was her other self. I'm glad that she has awakened to her true self, but this is a shocking and drastic turn of events.
At least one of them has to understand how I feel. Isn't that what you thought? The important part is that it's all your fault. That's not true. You want the everyday boys and girls to experience what you had to go through. You want to see close friends fight for their lives against each other. Because if they do that, then they might understand. You want to make them understand. That ain't true! It's alright though. You don't have to worry about that anymore. I'll take care of everything from here. I'll destroy anyone who doesn't understand you and comes to get in your way. Just like you once did. Please stop! That's all a lie! You're not me! Finally! You finally said it! I'm finally free!
Do we get the FMV of her morbing? Yes, we get it.
Yes, the power!
I don't wonder my CPU usage is high. I still have BlueStacks running. The shadow's gone berserk. Give me a sec, guys. I'm just going to shut down VC. I'm just going to shut down on BlueStacks. There we are. At this point, I can no longer be stopped solely by the original. It can no longer be solely stopped by the original person. Worse, the shadow has no more reason to keep its host alive. If it continues, but a third person storms onto the scene just as I'm about to intervene. It is a young man in a school uniform. For a moment, I am utterly captivated. What powerful fire he has in his eyes. On a second look, I recognize his face from the video. As I recall, his name is Kingpin U. No, that's not right. Sister Complex U. Elizabeth, please stop. You don't understand what you're doing, but please stop. No, that sounds even further from his actual name. Narukami, that's right, you Narukami.
Anymore. If you're gonna keep rampaging, I'll fight you.
Fine! Then you'll be the first to die!
The shadow attack hurtles toward the shadow's attack hurtles towards the young man, but he does not flinch and takes a fighting stance after smoothly evading it. Seeing his heightened determination, I detect this distinct presence about him.
That young man is a persona user too.
And that's not all. His sensation is similar to when I encountered Igus.
Powers be?
There's no doubt about it. It's the same as hers. He, too, is a persona user who's awakened to the talent that is of the wild card. The shadow launches its next attack at the young man. The battle axe it brandishes is a cluster of steel as long as she is tall. If he truly can wield those powers, he may be able to stop such an attack, but it's not a sure thing.
Cannot be missed.
This time, I enter the room and step between the two.
What? Pardon me as I interrupt this scene.
Who are you?
Oh yeah, I think there was also a fight with Elizabeth with the news story, wasn't there?
How? I set up walls so you couldn't pass through. How did you get here?
So you couldn't pass through? What is it referring to? It was such a non-issue. She didn't even notice they were there. Oh, could it be those invisible walls I bumped into from time to time? I suppose thinking back, I did run afoul of such things along the way. But a little push was all it took to pass through them, so I barely paid them any heed. So she did notice them, she just didn't care.
Such parlor tricks can get stuffed.
The shadow and the young man both look quite perplexed. Was what I said so shocking? I take the opportunity to step towards the young man and look him straight in the face.
Are you perhaps the sensei that Teddy Bear spoke of? Someone who has awakened to the power of the wild card through Velvet Room's guidance.
What? Wait, that blue outfit. Who are you?
I flashed him a smile and turned my gaze toward the girl collapsed nearby. I believe he called her Labras a moment ago.
I see. I feel that I have a good grasp on the situation now.
Then can't you tell you're in the way? Get out of here!
F's for Shadow Labras in the chat.
I cannot do that. I came to settle some business I had with you, the tournament's host.
What business?
To be blunt. What business was it?
How the hell should I know?
That was harsh.
Turns out that I do not care about such trifling details after all. My apologies. Please forget my mention of business.
She considers this trifling.
Actually, my search for a certain individual has unexpectedly concluded, so we're done here.
Who said we're done? That's it. I'll kill you where you stand.
Rep Shadow Labras.
I wouldn't recommend it. If I may be so boastful, it would be a battle you stand no chance of winning.
That's not a boast, Shadow. That's not a boast, Shadow Labras. She's really not boasting.
What?
My words must have been so humiliating that the Shadow's face flushes red, and it gropes for words. I ignore it in order to speak to the young man.
Meeting you, by the way. I am Elizabeth. Would it ring a bell if I mentioned that I am the one who governs power?
You mean like Margaret?
Oh, do you know my older sister? I see, no wonder.
Stop ignoring me, bitch!
I shield the young man behind me and turn towards the shadow.
Wait a moment. I must ask the one over there to leave this place before we resume.
Oh, goodness.
It's you who's going to leave!
I was sure that I gave the proper warnings earlier. So it goes. Your fate is in the cards.
Rep Shadow Labras. I'm going to take a quick bio break, though. Give me a sec, everyone. And I am back. The PC face crash on me? Or is it just... Yeah, it's just being weird with the tracking again.
Finally,
That's for Shadow Labras in the chat.
How could it end like this? It's all completely ruined.
She did warn you. The shadow falls to its knees, its will completely drained. I doubt it has strength left to attack us.
Is me?
The girl, still unable to stand, stares blankly at her own shadow. I turn around towards the young man. This P1 Grand Prix was most likely caused by the girl's shadow manifesting her suppressed anguish. But this young man tried to reach out to her, even at risk of his own safety. Even after seeing proof that she was the one that caused that risk.
But may I leave the rest of this to you? I'm ashamed to say so, but delicate persuasion is not my forte.
Clearly.
I understand. I agree that you don't seem like you'd be too good at it.
The young man walks towards Labras, who is still at a loss for words. I have yet to have a proper conversation with him, but I sense a certain trustworthiness in his strong steps.
President, or actually Labras.
What am I supposed to do? What difference does it make if I accept this? In the end, no one's gonna understand me anyway, right?
It's true that others won't be able to easily understand your pain. But are you gonna give up after just one try at showing them? One victory or loss doesn't matter. What matters is that you don't give up. That's what I think.
I shouldn't give up?
No, you can do this. You're not alone anymore.
Labras's eyes widen, as if just realizing the brightness of the scenery before her. The young man waits patiently for his words to sink in. After some time, Labras finally stands up and looks towards me.
Is this what you were talking about before?
I am also not human, but who you are is for you to decide. That is the power of potential that everyone holds. Even for a machine, I believe that still holds true.
You could have just said so when we first met.
Yeah, but words are not her strong suit.
Alas, I have always had some difficulty making myself understood.
It could be because you keep nuking everyone.
Come on now, you should go to her.
Labras faces her shadow once more at the urging of the young man.
I'm sorry I ignored you all this time. I was the one who left you all alone. No. You are me, after all.
One last time, officially. Happy birthday.
This is my persona.
Congratulations!
Yeah, you did well.
Thanks.
There's no need to thank us. It was all you.
Seeing Labras smile, I can't help but grin as well. But her relief only lasts a moment before the strength drains from her body and she stumbles.
Labras.
The young man hastily catches her.
There's no need to worry. She must have reached the limits of her stamina.
He props the unconscious Labras down against a wall.
It binds hearts together. No matter how many times I witness it, its beauty never fades. May I borrow some of your time?
The young man looks over his shoulder in surprise, but when our gazes cross, he turns as if
Are
understanding.
you a resident of the Velvet Room too?
Well, in a way, I have abandoned my duties at the moment in order to see through a desire of mine.
What did you want with me?
I calm myself before opening my mouth once more.
In order for my wish to be granted, I require a power much greater than what I have. But it is most likely not power used to fight. It is something else. I wish to understand what that is.
Yes, she doesn't want to utterly destroy her opponent just from sneezing. She wants to she wants to utterly obliterate them just by blinking.
The power of the wild card that changes bonds into strength. I have a feeling that the key lies there.
She's not quite at that level of power yet.
I don't really understand.
Put more bluntly, I wish for you to show me your potential.
The young man considers everything I said, but eventually sighs before responding.
I get it now.
You don't mind?
Would you back down if I said no? After what you said before, I don't think you'd back off that easy.
Touché.
I take a slight defensive
There's
stance.
no need to be lenient. I invite you to approach this battle as if you intend to kill me.
I didn't think I could win any other way.
Yeah, he's had experience with this.
Thank you. Well then, here goes. Your fate is in the cards.
Good luck, you. You're gonna need it.
Finally! Fight!
My persona! My attack! Here, some freeze. Impressive. Impressive. Hunter. My attack! You're frozen. Fenity. Impressive. My attack. My attack. Here, some freeze. You were seen. Rounds and rounds. Predator. Impressive.
Sorry, guys. She's so strong.
I see. You do indeed have great power.
Even while saying so, I'm conflicted, and my expression clouds. It's true that he is strong. He expertly wields the power of the wild card. But thinking about it, that isn't what I wanted to learn. The power of the wild card doesn't stem from just one skill in a fight. His strength comes from his knowledge that he cannot avoid fighting to gain his desire. That strength happens to manifest as a power in battle. But what I want to learn has little to do with combat. Will I ever get closer to the root of the matter with this method? But even if I find that I can't, I don't see another way. I have measured all types of strength, great and small, as one who governs power. I feel suddenly anxious.
Agree that it's something I cannot understand?
Will I ever be able to understand, as one distant from the workings of human society? Has it been impossible from the start for my wish to be fulfilled? I then noticed the sound of footsteps.
Hey, are you okay? Oh shit, dude, what happened to you?
Did we break off an arm or something?
Yukun, are you all right? Senpai, hang in there.
It seems that once the shadow who created this place was vanquished, the rules keeping everyone trapped were nullified. These must be the friends he formed bonds with. But
What'd you do to Senpai?
One of them turns his fierce eyes on me.
So mean, miss! This is going too far!
God damn it, Teddy.
You better explain yourself! If you did this with malign intent, we won't let you leave here so easily.
Their anger at seeing their friend hurt. That was a new experience for me. Their bond gives birth to anger, grew into animosity, and that fury is now directed towards me. But the young man stands up.
One more time.
His request is even he requests this even though he is badly wounded. A rematch would seem to have only one possible outcome.
What?
Please, that is enough. I've already witnessed your strength.
If this ends with my defeat, it doesn't count as me showing you my potential.
But
You shouldn't jump to conclusions. I thought I said this once today. What's important is that you don't give up after one try. You have to hang in there. My friends that I haven't seen in a while are all here. I can't just wave the white flag.
The moment the young man makes his declaration, a mysterious presence fills the area. The presence surges with power and creates a whirlpool of light around him. With that light, the young man's determination and drive instantly rekindle.
what is that power?
Is it the wild card he holds? I then notice that the young man's friends are standing behind him in support, all of them fixing their gaze on me as I stand perplexed. The bond that they share in their very core is echoed in their eyes. I suddenly feel as if I'm confronting a fearsome giant.
I cannot believe I am seeing this.
I find myself starting to back off. My footsteps are unsteady as I go. A small dip in the floor behind me, no larger than a thumbnail, throws me off balance. Surely I'm about to fall. But then unseen arms catch me.
Right? You're...
In contrast to my utter bewilderment, he wears a calm smile. When I turn back to the young man, the surge of power has already dissipated. I catch myself sighing in relief. Even when I review my long memory, I can recall no occasion on which I felt so overwhelmed before.
What was that just now? Do you happen to know what this power is?
I do not know the specifics, but
Igus also turns a gaze towards you and his
that
friends.
must be the power of their bonds. The power that stems from not being alone. I don't know why, but I feel like I understand when I'm watching them.
The power of not being alone.
It's a power they all share. It isn't just his. Did their strong bonds turn his determination not to lose into an instant recovery for him? I am suddenly reminded of a conversation I once had with my sister. If something is impossible for them to accomplish alone, they will work together. His friends have even worked miracles at times. Those were the words I spoke to her.
What's important is that you don't give up.
It is cliche to hear, but its wisdom is profound. I dismissed its potential, judging by standards. I almost gave up in the same way, thinking I would be unable to understand. But he refused to allow that. His power proved he is not the only. There is not only one standard. It is truly the strength found in numbers.
So this is a bond.
When I think about the guests I met who had formed bonds, I may have focused too much on those individuals. I never took much interest in who they bonded with or how those bonds were forged.
I should be studying. all of them together. Not the strength of a person, but of people. That may be the lesson. It seems I am starting to find hope.
I nod in satisfaction.
Today's festivities made for quite a wonderful Grand Prix. Considering that there have been some games, I should be going, if you'll all excuse me.
I turn to make my exit.
Wait a sec, you haven't explained yourself yet! You haven't even told us your name! It's Elizabeth!
Hey! Back here! What are you all happy for?
Who was she? Well, the odds are low that she was the mastermind behind this case.
Enough about her! Senpai's more important! We'll get you out of here in no time, so hang in there, Senpai! Teddy, get a stretcher ready!
Huh?
Don't like one or two of you know healing?
What are you standing around for? Move!
Guys, I'm not exactly critically injured, you know?
I think it's wonderful.
You're...
Seeing you surrounded by friends reminds me of a certain someone.
a certain someone?
There is no need to worry, everyone. His wounds are not serious. He is merely exhausted.
Oh, thank goodness. Wait, who are you?
I could have left by a shorter route, but I returned to the school's front gate and looked back at the school. The faces of the people I parted with a moment ago are called to mind. Amongst them is that young man's face. I only faced him briefly, yet I recall him with surprising vividness.
I'm sure that he will continue to increase his strength of heart. It is a given with so many friends. I am a little bit envious.
I turned the pages I turn the pages of the compendium and I draw the magic circle, a magic circle in the air.
Well then, farewell.
Yeah, I think these are like four elements, and earth, fire, wind, and water. I think. So I think the one on the opposite end of Earth is air. I soundlessly pass through it and leave it as if melting into the scenery. I close my eyes and my thoughts drift into the past.
Elizabeth? Elizabeth, are you listening? You seem lost in thought like that frequently of late. Could this mean that you finally began to be troubled over things, like a normal person?
How scathing of you, as usual.
Believe me, sister, I am not as bad as you. What's the matter?
My dear sister, I want to tell you a fairy tale.
I wonder if they're trying to apply here that Elizabeth is autistic, as in she's showing autistic traits or something like that. I think maybe she's neurodivergent.
What's this about?
In our world, at the far reaches of the Sea of the Soul, there stands a large door. A soul which devoted itself to sealing that door slumbers there.
Why did it do such a thing?
That soul is risking itself to prevent those who have lost sight of life's brilliance from luring the world to self-destruction. It has become the guardian of the door, of the whole world, in fact.
That is a very sorrowful story.
My dear sister, do you think I can save that person?
I thought it was a fairy tale.
It may be impossible alone, but what if I joined forces to do it? This person's friends are capable of miracles at times.
This person you speak of, is it... I hope you're not planning to...
Oh, don't be silly, my dear sister. I told you, it was only a fairy tale.
To a certain degree, all of your stories are like fairy tales. I don't know what's troubling you. but be sure that you don't neglect your duties.
When I open my eyes again, I am in the Sea of the Soul, a world where countless bright lights shine like a nebula.
Velvet, oh velvet.
I begin singing a song, but now that I'm here again, I feel a hint of loneliness. I smile inwardly at myself. What happened today was very fruitful for me, though it came with a certain realization. I still don't have anyone in the world outside the Velvet Room that I wish to form a bond with. My lack of a hunger for such things may have prevented me from understanding.
No, that's not quite right either.
Lack of hunger? That's not it. In truth, it was within my power, but I was turning my gaze away from it. After all, I didn't begin this journey only to find the means to defeat that monster. I thought by defeating it, I could see him again.
To think I was unconsciously afraid of something and keeping my distance from it. That is quite a surprise.
The mechanical girl, the young man today, and my old guest all had their own desires and resolve from the start. I should make myself just as resolved if I am to achieve my desire as well. I will face it unblinkingly and accept it. I will admit that the loneliness in me arose from leaving my old residence. The sick feeling of loneliness will surely torment me and cause me grief forever. But if I harden my resolve to allow for embracing that pain, I am certain that my yearning heart will yield great power. Bonds, the other half of being alive, along with death. Just as death gives light its shine, I'm sure loneliness will shed new light on the question of bonds. That is when I will obtain the power of bonds in the truest sense. Certainly, I will not achieve that miracle alone.
I cannot defeat that monster now. I may in time gain the power to truly erase it.
He must have felt that hunger as well. That is why he tried to protect his bonds with his life, leading him into the universe. I smile to myself again. As one leads others, I have only now gained enlightenment about the true meaning of bonds. And at that moment, a single card drifts down before my eyes. Hovering before me, like a butterfly fluttering its wings, is the card of the Fool. It bursts into pearls of light on my hand.
Come where I would behold my own arcana and not that of a visitor's.
The Fool. It represents freedom, purity, possibility, and
the beginning of a journey. It may be that my journey has finally truly begun. The Fool, Well, I am aware that I still do foolish things.
I give a wry smile and look up. My gaze is fixed on what lies ahead. It is an enormous door that looms like a small mountain in the center of the void.
Please wait for me. One day I shall surely see my wish come true.
I briskly turn my heel from the door. My walk begins.
Velvet, oh velvet.
And thus Elizabeth becomes a terror that even the greatest of beings cannot even comprehend. My bright song will no longer have more. My bright song will no longer have mournful undertones.
My master has a large nose.
Just for singing that to this music. I have yet to determine a sure path. is no assurance that my wish will come true. And whether I will truly make some sort of connection with those encountered today isn't certain either. But I have hope now. And that is what lets me go on. This time, I can head towards the future that I desire without losing my way. And that is Elizabeth's story done. So I'm technically counting this as the Persona 4 Arena story done. Though I'm still not quite done with it. I'm still going to get the extra scene with you, and the jokes endings for Chie, Yukiko, and Kanji. But that's going to have to wait for another time. I need to take a break from the series, and it's quite frankly been a long series. It's like, how long has it been since I started playing this? Like, it's been a long time. So I want to take a break, do like a couple of sessions with another game, with another fighting game, and then get back to this with the true story mode. But what to do until then? I could end stream early. Because let's be honest, these will take a while and push us over. Or I can fill in by having a couple of matches. Even though I'm thoroughly out of practice. Because I don't think you guys would want to see me doing just practice again. I could play another. I don't think anyone would fault you if you wanted to end early. Well, I don't really want to end. I just want to like take a break, and I can call this the end of the end of the P4A story. I'll probably get back to it maybe when we're done with the other story. I think there are demos I still haven't played, but oh, you mean end the stream early? Yeah, that might be the best choice. It might feel disconnected if I go into something else now. Yeah, I think we'll do that. I don't want to risk going over time anymore. Like I could start it's like doing my favorite mode in this game, Golden Arena mode, because that's fun and harkens back to the Persona games, to the original Persona games. But that'll start a whole thing and take a while too. So yeah, I think that that'll be our play. We'll end the stream. Whoops. We'll end the stream early, and I'll play a new fighting game in the spot next time. Or maybe go full on with RPG mode of or maybe go full on RPG mode with the Grand Blue Fantasy Versus for a while. Because there's still a lot of stuff we haven't done there, and I was playing that to like freshen up the series. So maybe we can start picking up the pace with that game next time, and we'll see what else we can do when we finish that, or maybe mix in something later. In any case, let us get ready to raid. We could raid Hishino, who's playing Lives of P. Robin is still playing Danganronpa. But I usually raid Robin, and so I'm going to go for a change of pace. We're going to raid Hoshino. Let's get into some Bloodborne-ish Pinocchio stuff. Okay. All right. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you had a good time. And this has been great fun. But we are not done with the series as of. With this game as of yet. We are just going to take a break from it. And I think, yeah, we are going to go full on Grand Blue Fantasy RPG mode until we're done with that, or until I decide to mix in more for flavor. It depends on how long the RPG mode takes. So yeah. If you haven't already, please leave a follow. It helps me greatly as a small VTuber, and you can also check out my socials there. So, thank you all for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. This is Metis Balaska signing out.